Hi guys, welcome to this week's Left Talky Bit. I hope you're all really well and having a good time, as usual. Um, Today I'm going to talk to you about a woman. Now, this was a woman who'd been caught doing something that she really shouldn't have been doing, and the religious leaders of the time really wanted to trick Jesus. This week's talky bit is all about how Jesus doesn't really want to condemn us, he wants to love us. That's all Jesus really ever wants to do. All he ever really needs is to love us and to have us love him. So one day, Jesus was at the temple when something huge kicked off outside. The Pharisees, yes, them again, those religious leaders, burst into the temple and they threw a young woman to the ground. She was crying and really upset, and tears running down her face and snot hanging from her nose, and it was all horrible, and she was really, really terrified and really, really upset. So they said, "We've caught this woman doing wrong things. She was sinning. What shall we do to her? Our law says we should throw stones at her until she's dead. What do you say?" Now, they were trying to trap Jesus into saying something wrong. Instead of answering their question, he simply knelt down and began doodling in the sand. I think at this point I should probably say, the Bible says that when we've done wrong things, it calls that sin. Okay? So the Bible then goes on to say that the result of sin, or doing wrong things, is death. "What shall we do?" they demanded. Jesus looked up at the men as if he just noticed them. And he said, "If any of you has never done anything wrong, you can throw the first stone." Now, the Pharisees were like, ooh, okay. And they looked at one another. They didn't know what to do, because they'd all done wrong things. They'd all sinned. So they began to walk away slowly in ones and twos, feeling really embarrassed, vowing never to talk about this ever again, because they knew they'd all done wrong things. When all the men had left, Jesus looked up at the woman and went, "Oh, you still here?" But she was still really upset, and there were still tears running down her eyes, and there was still snot hanging from her nose, and she looked horrible. And he simply said, "Well, where are the men that accused you?" "They're all gone," she replied. "Well, if none of them accuse you, then neither do I. Now go, and don't sin anymore." We've all done wrong things. Even me. I know it's going to be hard to believe, but even I have done wrong things. And we all deserve to be punished for those sins, for those wrong things. But Jesus doesn't want to punish us. He doesn't want to wave a finger at us from 2,000 years ago and tell us that, we've been a very naughty boys and girls. The punishment for doing wrong things is death. But Jesus took care of that. Jesus just wants to give us the gift of everlasting life. People may condemn us. People may make fun of us. Jesus just wants to love us. Okay, so that's been today's talky bit. I hope it's made sense. If you have any questions, I'm going to hand back over to Mark for you to ask them. If you'd rather not ask them now and think maybe you want to ask them later on, then please, when me and Louise are out visiting this Thursday, please do ask us, because we love to help, we love to answer questions, we love to have a joke and a laugh. Speaking of which, please, I need your jokes. Louise needs you to give me jokes. She can't keep going on listening to the same joke like all the time. So if you have any, please bring them with you. Give them to me on Thursday. Make sure I write them down. Don't let me leave without writing them down. Okay? I carry around a piece of paper with me. Make sure I use it. And I hope that you guys are all having a great time at Lift. And I will see you soon. Take care, guys. God bless. Bye.